Hi, welcome back to Education Friday. This week we continue with the same theme, what could go wrong? I have Nam again as my lovely model. Today we pick another favorite exercise, reformer exercise, which is called lift and lower, where you put your feet in the straps. So here Nam is going to demo a variation. Okay, so you start with your legs ideally diagonal, as low as you can keep your pelvis stable, either in imprint or neutral. When she inhale, she's gonna let the strap bring your legs up towards the ceiling. She's now doing it properly, so you want to maintain pelvis stable as she lifts the legs up. And as she exhales through your pursed lips, engage your core, keep your pelvis stable, lower the legs down as low as you can keep your pelvis stable. She's going to demo a few more times so you can see her lovely form. Exhale. So in this exercise, the goal is to try to keep the pelvis stable while working the hip joints. Okay, so as they lift the legs up, you're going to feel lengthening in the back of the legs. And as you lower the legs, engage the core. So you're focusing on strengthening, keeping the pelvis stable while working your hip extensors. Now, I'm going to ask Nam to show one of the common faulty patterns that our students like to do. Okay? As she lifts the legs up to the ceiling, you will see a lot of time, because our cue sometimes we say, lift the legs up to the ceiling to 90 degrees. Most people will not be able to achieve 90 degrees because maybe they don't feel, the hamstrings feel very tense, very tight. So you will see that what tends to happen is they are tucking the pelvis, lifting the sacrum or the butt cheeks off the mat, trying to achieve that 90-degree hip joint. And as you lower the legs, another common faulty pattern, you arch the lower back because you're trying to lower the legs as low as you can. So you can see here, as she lifts the legs, she tucks the pelvis, trying to achieve that 90-degree hip joint. As she lowers the legs, may or may not happen, arch the lower back, trying to increase range of motion. So here, we need to correct that form so that we can focusing on lengthening of the hamstring as you lift the legs up. Okay, as you lift the legs, if you continue to tuck the pelvis, let's pretend, tuck the pelvis, your hamstring will never get lengthened because you're constantly using your posterior chain to tuck the pelvis. You're tightening it. Okay, let's lower the legs and try again. Now, this time, instead of tucking the pelvis, trying to achieve 90-degree hip joint, so let's focusing on keeping the pelvis stable. You may or may not reaching that 90-degree hip joint. Reach the leg up. Now keep the pelvis stable. Sacrum stay down. So here you can see her right now, her end range cannot achieve 90 degrees. It is okay. So the focus now more of a lengthening of back of the legs rather than trying to lift the legs up using the hip flexors instead of focusing on lengthening back of the legs. Okay, and as she lowers the legs down, she's going to engage the core. You don't have to go so low that you lose that control in your pelvis. The goal is to keep your pelvis stable. So as you lift the legs up, then you get to lengthen back of the legs or the hamstrings. So I hope you find this episode useful. Make sure to come back again next week. Bye. Thank you.